One more beer before I go. One more beer for the road. Give me 12 ounces of courage in my hand. Bartender, before you call last call and you kick me out of here, I laid my money down. Can you pour me one more beer?
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Shade and White Show. Today, we're not doing any installs on the truck. We've been having, I'm sure most of you all have been having trouble getting stuff in if you've ordered stuff due to the weather, due to stuff not being able to get shipped out. So I don't have anything in right now that we can do to the truck. So what I did, as you've seen in the intro, I washed the truck today. We finally got some nice weather. So I washed the truck, and I'm just going to kind of go around and give you updates and kind of reviews of the stuff that I've already done to the truck. So that way, if you were thinking about buying it and wanted to buy it, you can buy it. And if what I tell you can hopefully help sway you into getting it, the product, or looking a little bit harder and finding something else. So let's get into it. The first mod I did on the truck is this guy right here. This is the AFM Device. What this thing does is it makes the truck stay or keep all 8 cylinders running at all times. If you do not have this device in your truck, and it is a, I think, 2013 up on the Silverados, it will, while you're driving, it will shift down and only use 4 cylinders. It's a active fuel management system. It's supposed to save you fuel mileage, but in long term, it will tear your engine up and start with your lifters and then eventually your whole engine. If you want to know more about this device, go back and watch the video I did on this one. It's the very first video I did on this channel. Now we're going to come out of the truck. The second one I did was the 50 cal bullet antenna. This, like I said in the original video, does nothing for the truck, but cosmetically gives it a, especially with the rest of the stuff on the truck, it gives it a better look. I think gives it a little bit of a meaner look. If you listen to the radio, it might affect your signal. I've read about a lot of people signal getting affected when they switch over to the 50 cal bullet antenna, but I just do Bluetooth in my truck, so it doesn't affect. Here at the front of the truck, the next thing I did was the badges and emblems. I did the Chevy one here, and then on the sides I got rid of the silver chrome and I put all black. Let me get back here. We got rid of the 4x4s that used to be here, completely got rid of those. Then on the bed of the back of the truck, we did the Silverado, the Chevy emblem, and the LT. And then also here on the other side, this also does nothing for the truck, but cosmetically makes it look better. I'm a fan of the look with it blacked out, especially on this collar truck with everything. What I did is kind of hard to see because it's daytime, but I did full LED replacements in the front, which is the low beams, high beams, and turn signals. I'm gonna give you a clip of all 3. There's the low beams with the high beams right there, and here are the switchback turn signals that I put in. And this right here, this did a big, I seen a big change when I put all 3 of these in. This when it just comes to visibility alone. And on my old truck, I had already had LEDs, so I didn't really realize the change until I bought this truck and found that it had the old halogen bulbs. So when I switched to the LEDs on these, it made a major difference for me. For the next one, I'm gonna go underneath the truck, and this is where I did the undercoat. It's kind of wet and dirty in some places. I cleaned it off, but I didn't do a very good job. I just really wanted to get the snow and salt off of it. You can see, if you haven't seen that video either, or any of the videos that about the stuff that I'm talking about, definitely go check those out. I went into way more depth on those videos, but I'm just kind of giving you all an update on how everything looks and how everything's doing. This I haven't seen a change in the truck yet since doing this, but long term, this will be major on the life of this truck. Is the window tint. As you can see, I matched the front 2 windows with the back, and I also put a tint strip on the top. This is big for privacy, and summertime it'll be big for keeping the heat from it getting too hot inside your vehicle. But as you can see, we're standing probably 3 feet from the truck, and you can barely see inside. I can see just a little bit looking in, but you got to get really close to actually be able to get inside, which is also for privacy, and then good for summertime to keep the heat from your truck getting super hot while it's parked outside. We're back up front again. You can kind of see it. You got to look pretty hard, but right down there is the behind the grill hidden full functioning 32-inch light bar. It's what it looks like just driving. I got you level with the truck. It's kind of hard to see, honestly. If you know it's there, you'll definitely see it, but driving by, I don't think it's noticeable. Definitely not noticeable until you turn it on. But that's what it looks like from kind of the same angle with it on. I'm going to show you inside now how I got the button rigged up. So I ran it through here instead of having to go through the firewall. It's got a really strong protective covering for the wire. I got it back behind here. This piece right here just pops out down here, and then I ran it up, and then I got it right here. And it's got a simple on off. You just press it and it goes off. It runs all the time, but where it's an LED, it doesn't draw very much power, so there's no issue with it being on like that with power ran to it. But yeah, that's the light bar. Check out that video. I'll have the link for it and everything else that we've talked about in the description. And the last item we're going to talk about today is the most recent I've put on the truck, and that is the JLT 3.0 oil separator, which is that guy right there. That is another major, I wouldn't really say major, I recommend it myself. If you have a truck that you plan on keeping, or if you got something, even a car or any type of vehicle that you want to last longer, this thing right here is the way to go. It's cheap. I think I paid just under $140 for it from JLT's website, and it took me probably 20 minutes to put it in. Go check that video out if you haven't already. But all this thing does is, well, not all it does, it's actually pretty big, is what it does though, is it will catch the blowback from the engine. That's why you see these two hoses running to it. These 2 hoses right here, you got both of them. I can barely reach them, but it filters the blowback and it catches it in this little canister here. I'll take it out so we can kind of check it. It hasn't been in here long enough to really get nothing, but all it does, you just, this little bottom canister here, twist right off, excuse me, and this has probably been on 2 weeks now, maybe, and look at that. That's the blowback. It's kind of disgusting, and you'll be shocked when you put your vehicle on this on your vehicle too, and see how much it's caught already. That's been about 2 weeks, and it's already probably got about half an ounce to an ounce of blowback that would eventually get inside of my engine and gunk it up and cause this truck not to last as long as it could. But it sits up here, right up against the trim liner here, and it's out of the way. So like if I need to put oil in, all I have to do is when I put the funnel in, it would hold those hoses out of the way. Comment and let me know if there's anything else that you want to see me do to this truck. I got a couple things lined out, but like I said at the beginning of the video, that we just waiting on stuff to get in. So let me know if there's anything you want to see me do on this truck, and hopefully it's something that I've already thought about or something I haven't thought about, and maybe we can get it on here. Check that out, guys. Got me an official Shade and White Show YouTube decal. Looks pretty good. Now you'll be able to pick me apart if you see me out on the road from the rest of the 15 Silverados. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Thanks again for tuning in. If you have any questions about any of the products I went over, I've done a video on each of them. That's why I'm doing this video, to kind of, while I'm waiting on more stuff to come in so I can put on the truck, I went ahead and did these so that way, or did today's video so that way you can be caught up and know how these products are doing on my vehicle, so that way you can decide if you want to do them on your vehicle. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I have the links to every product I went over today in the description below. Don't forget to check out my podcast. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see y'all next week.
One more beer before I go. One more beer for the road. Give me 12 ounces of courage in my hand. Bartender, before you call last call and you kick me out of here.